What's up, guys? It's going to be Universe, and this is going to be the finale of Season 7 of MLP, and then after which we're going to get into Season 8, because that is confirmed, and after the hiatus, we're going to have more ponies, so there's no reason for me to believe that whatever goes on here is going to be the quintessential end of a series. So, a little bit of down hype there, because I kind of had that feeling in Season 4, even though I kind of already knew Season 5 was a thing, but hey. So, with this being said, we're just going to keep an open mind about this. I know I need to stop with the whole I'm comparing this to other season finales and just keep this on its own pedestal, you know what I mean? So I've been thinking about myself, I've been talking to myself a little bit about this, and it's just like I was kind of like, because this is an episode that's going to involve Star Swirl. I mean, if the last episode is anything to go by, Star Swirl is going to have at least some role to play with this in some way. So with that, we're going to see what happens. And I'm going to try to keep my calm, cool, and composure, because I really don't feel like hurting myself because of some hype trained stuff nonsense that goes on. So with all that being said, we're going to get started and just do this, all right? Finish things off finally. Whew. 3, 2, 1 now.
The best elements within us can spread light and virtue.
All right, immediately.
Who represent them all. Strength.
Okay.
Beauty. Hope. And
Hope.
sorcery.
All right, so it's like their own main six.
Were gathered together by another to maintain
Star Swirl being the twilight of the group.
light of these powerful ideals. But we soon came to believe the pony who brought us together only wanted that power for himself.
Well, that's selfish.
Cast
How does that work?
This power-mad pony turned to darkness to satisfy his thirst. Transformed into a pony of shadows, he returned for revenge.
All right.
To extinguish the pillar's light and rob the world of hope. To stop him, the pillars and I must make a brave sacrifice.
But like
We
what?
shall leave behind a seed, in hopes that one day it will grow into a force to stand against the darkness for all time.
As soon as I heard seed, I'm like, okay, probably that's a tree of harmony.
With the only plan we have.
I only hope it will be enough.
Immediately already say, hey look, I got this book in a barrel.
Star Swirl's final words before he vanished.
Okay. Well, that's one way to open things up. Okay, I'm happy that they immediately said, okay, here's the voice of Star Swirl. He kinda sounds like my headcanon voice. Kind of. Like, he's a little bit more like, I can't say higher pitched, but I thought of more of a Gandalfian, slow-standing, kind of like, more elderly sounding voice, I guess I can say. But, yeah, okay, cool. So we have their main six of being like the legend characters that we got from certain episodes. And they got this guy who apparently tried to steal the artifacts that are apparently important to them. Okay.
I wondered what happened to Star Swirl. This is quite a discovery, son.
Yes, in a barrel,
So it's
somewhere in
you can verify
Ponyville.
This journal really belonged to Star Swirl the Bearded?
Okay, so I'm gonna guess there were multiple
The last thing he wrote
journals.
was facing the Pony of Shadows.
Pony of Shadows.
The Pony of Shadows was really real?
It appears
It's either it's existing now, and that thing that we saw in that one episode is existing, but
Hold on a second now. All those legendary ponies were real too?
are you kidding
Put
me?
up with Star Swirl to face the Pony of Shadows, and then none of them were ever heard from again?
Name all the times old ponytails weren't true.
What happened to them all? They must have defeated the villain, since Equestria is still full of light and hope.
You'd be surprised how many villains can just sit in dormant.
My old ponish is a bit rusty. But I
Old
wonder
ponish.
if the answers
Yeah.
can be found somewhere within the pages of this book.
Well, I just happen to be an expert in old ponish. I mean, I
Of course.
practically memorized every ancient text about Star Swirl there is.
Yeah, I'm basically the female Star Swirl.
We have fond memories of our old teacher. If you could discover what happened to him, we would be most grateful.
Like any other time, you've been very grateful of her
Solving a
assistance.
thousand-year-old mystery could take forever. Think of the research, the rereading, the rereading.
Jeez, you're like the male Twilight.
Do you need help?
Luckily, she's got a whole bushel of helpers, right?
Oh yeah.
Totally. How long will all this research take exactly?
Probably several hours.
I'm sure we'll figure out what happened in no time.
But knowing this series is gonna be every book, it means nothing, and then they're gonna find out one book that apparently explains everything. I swear to God, if that happens. That better not happen.
Out yet, Twilight?
What did you figure out?
I
You figured something out?
think we're all having mixed signals here.
Nothing. I mean, Star Swirl was a genius, obviously. But forget old Ponish. There's parts where his horn writing is like another language. Oh.
So he has a bad handwriting, or horn writing. That's hilarious.
Studying and referencing and cross-referencing for 3 days straight now.
Oh, wow, alright, that's a wow, whoa.
Reading since the last daring do book came out.
Yes,
It's
of
time to
course.
take a break. This mystery is over 1,000 years old after all. Another day or two won't make a difference.
And I mean, it's not like you're in a rush.
I don't want to waste 2 seconds.
You're not in a rush. There's no rush for whatever happened to Star Swirl. At least I believe there isn't.
What's that?
Starlight, again, proving that she is the best pony. Just in general. Not like character-wise, just in general. Oh my god. Because she has bad handwriting, she can understand people's other bad handwriting. Wow, that's me in a nutshell.
Our last stand.
Okay.
Well, that sure sounds like a clue to me.
Nice, Spike. Really acting like that cat that you know it, and cat and our dog that people can claim you are.
This is it. Ponehenge.
You know, the place sort of, in some way, reminds me of the one kingdom that I won't say out loud.
I've never seen magical runes like these before. Have you?
Medicans!
I don't think anybody's
Sorry.
seen any of this for a long time.
Why, though?
It'd take a whole team of ponies to clear away all this brush.
And what are you?
Even then, I'm not sure we'd find out what happened here over 1,000 years ago.
Why is it always 1,000 years ago?
It was a long shot.
Cheer up, Twilight. Finding a whole set of ancient ruins is pretty impressive.
It's probably way more than 1,000 years, wouldn't you think?
I guess I hoped we'd get here and the mystery would just magically be explained.
Hold on, what's the time period for this? It's like, okay, if the seed is the tree of harmony, would that make it so that it took time for it to grow into the tree? Thus making it so when Discord showed up, his ceiling, whatever.
I've wanted to meet you my whole life. I can't believe you're here.
This is a pre-recorded message, whoever you are. I cannot actually see you.
He is here. I don't think any of them are.
Okay. Hi, Pony of Shadows. Your eyes match this time.
At your peril, Star Swirl. Once I defeat all of you, this realm will embrace the darkness.
Darkness.
So long ago.
So he's kind of like a venom-esque creature, using his own body as a way of attack, and okay. That's pretty cool.
Drawing me here will only make me stronger. You will never defeat me. We did not come here to defeat you.
We came here to converse and become friends. Because friendship is magic, but we don't know that yet, probably.
What are you doing?
If anything, sealing.
Tame you.
Yeah, sealing is one of the best ways to get rid of your problems. Because if there's one thing we know about Star Swirl, he likes to get rid of his problems through sealing and control. If I remember correctly.
Magical explanation.
There we go. So, okay. Star Swirl and basically the main six of their time just sort of, you know, sealed him.
Spell that banished the Pony of Shadows.
And themselves, it looked like.
Powerful magic like that would leave an impression on this place.
Really.
The book back here let us see what happened.
Which was what?
Star Swirl and the rest of
The day of the sealing.
sacrificed themselves to save Equestria.
It's amazing to think
How
that
noble.
the greatest mysteries of Equestria was solved with a musty old book from an antique shop.
Tell me about it.
I wouldn't say the mystery's solved.
Why was it there?
Spell was one of the most powerful feats of magic in all of history.
Really?
It took years of study before we fully understand it.
Where did he seal them to?
Star Swirl spell.
Of course, because it's Twilight.
I know I finished one of Star Swirl spells before, but
Yeah.
this one was
And you actually made it better.
Wasn't it
So if it
a
wasn't for you, you know.
feedback? An evocation? A kind of incantation? It's Star Swirl, so the possibilities are endless. And once Starlight
Man,
set me on the right
you're
track
so
with his
decoing it out
writing.
here.
I mean, he was a genius, so I guess we can forgive a little messiness.
Oh,
I
God.
went through the journal again, and it's amazing.
It's amazing. Don't do that.
But that's all we understand.
Yeah.
What exactly is so amazing? Only how Star Swirl and the other pillars sent the Pony of Shadows to Limbo.
Oh, Limbo.
What now?
Great. So they're in a perpetual place where there's no time or space.
They used their magic
Or
to
is it just
transport
space?
between worlds to Limbo and pulled the Pony of Shadows inside.
So they're alive.
In your diorama, I made more.
You had a lot of time.
Star Swirl thought the only way to trap the Pony of Shadows in Limbo was for the pillars to take him there.
So they got stuck too.
Yeah.
Pony of Shadows must have been really awful for them to do that.
That or just a mild inconvenience where he thought it would be a good idea just to put him somewhere else.
You were doing the limbo? But that's still pushing it.
The thing
I mean,
is,
like, without Pinkie Pie making the old Limbo joke, I think there wouldn't be an actual Limbo joke.
Are you serious? You can save the most legendary ponies of all time?
And possibly to release the darkness that they tried to seal.
Worlds didn't work out well for me.
That was you, Starlight. But that was time. This
you
is
opened
like a
portals
different
in
place,
time.
yeah.
And second of all, Star Swirl wrote the spell you used to do it. If he'd been here, he could have stopped it.
Wow, that's a nice little low-key way of saying, man, you would be dead if he was here.
Right? And they disappeared.
Come on, Twilight, she's your friend and your student.
Limbo. It isn't one place or another. It's in between. So
Mm-hmm.
time stands still. If we can pull them out, it'll be like they never left.
Yeah.
I actually built another model to demonstrate.
Poor.
What can we do to help?
It'd be like Captain America all over
We need to
again.
find items that are connected to the pillars in some way.
Except way longer.
Like stuff that belonged to them?
How would we know what to look for? Or where?
Well, I guess the mask from, you know, the mask from the chick, the shield from the guy, the shovel from the dude. I think a flower or something from the Miss Main.
Bringing with them artifacts and talismans of great power.
Twilight? What are you doing?
I'm not doing anything.
Oh. Man, that map is just like the biggest Deus Ex Machina ever.
Miss Main's flower.
Okay.
Brooke's mask.
It will be the mask.
Blindfold Somnambula wore when she faced that nasty sphinx.
Even though that wasn't technically hers, was it? It was the Sphinx's. Am I wrong? I think I'm wrong about that. Whatever, it's hers. It's hers now.
Professor, it's a mighty helm headpiece. Maybe it belonged to Rockhoof himself.
I'm not here to ask questions, but to enjoy.
This belonged to a real pony. Oh, I can guarantee Rockhoof was as real as you and me.
Oh, hey, Indiana Jones pony. Happy I brought you around.
That Ravine was dug with his trusty shovel to save the village from an erupting volcano.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
I love old legends as much as any pony, but a pony strong enough to save a village from rushing lava with a shovel is preposterous.
To tell you the truth, I was kind of skeptical about it myself, but hey.
I can't believe you just did that. You saved us.
Applejack for Death Battle, take it out!
Here's the story. It might sound preposterous.
And I was only stretching my legs. First a tree, just kicking down a tree like it's nothing, not just kicking a boulder out of view. All right.
Rockhoofs appears to be one of them.
Oh God. So yeah, it's good to have the pony that is basically kind of connected to them have to get their objects. It makes sense.
You keep those hooves to yourself, dear.
Yeah, that is.
This place has been in my family for generations.
I'm guessing you're a descendant of the one princess.
Snapper, take the last good piece of it. Time-wise, ponies came from far and wide to see these gardens. But that flower's the only worthwhile thing left.
Just let Rarity do her thing. I'm pretty. If it's one thing Rarity was shown throughout the series, is she's in touch with beauty just as much as anyone else. That's not more so. How do you do that? Magic.
Perhaps it just seemed like your gardens were worthless, but a little pruning can work wonders. Of course, you will have to look after more than just one flower now.
Which will mean that this will go back into the state of horribleness because of how old you are, but hey.
The flower you wanted seems like a fair trade for that.
You don't even have to explain why, you just did a good deed and booyah.
Magnus's shield ended up in the Dragonlands.
Good thing you brought the official equestrian friendship ambassador to the dragons to help you navigate our customs.
Unless Ember is actually gonna be there, I'm pretty sure other dragons are not gonna give a care about that, Spike. Just, no offense against you, I respect you like a mother, but come on.
Okay, that was awesome.
Yes, lava surfing.
Ember commanded us to make peace with ponies, but it doesn't mean you can surf in our spot.
Whoa, fellas! As the official equestrian friendship ambassador to the dragons, I
Dude.
have to say that's not being friendly.
Well,
Look, they don't care. They're dragons. They're the wrong type of dragons.
Sticking up for his pony pal.
Hey, that's an ancient pony artifact.
Hooves off my gorge board.
Alright.
Found it in the desert, and finders keepers.
Found in a desert.
Isn't yours.
Now I want to know why it was in the desert.
But I might consider racing you for it.
Dude, she could blitz you in less than a second.
You.
Oh. He could blitz you in a fraction of a second. Dude, you're just destroying yourself here.
On your marks, get set, set!
Alright. Look, I don't care how many times I'm gonna have to see this. This bothers me how Spike has no wings.
I won.
See? Straight blitz. Can't compare.
Lord Ember only commanded us
How
to be
though?
nice to ponies.
Oh, it's attached to it. It's like,
Anything
whatever.
About pony-loving dragons.
Dude, there's a reason why I believe you're never gonna get redeemed.
Lord Ember commanded you to make peace with ponies. You can't very well attack one of their friends, can you?
He's gonna do it. And
Guess we'll find out.
attempted murder! There you go. Yeah. The hell?
Why is he always hiding behind ponies?
He's not hiding behind them. Ponies are just helping.
Down the ridge.
That's true.
Fell.
Wow.
With style.
So if all Spike had to do to win was fall down,
He just let gravity do the work.
doubt it.
Fine.
Please.
I'll race you back to the top. If you win, you can
Dude.
have your pony junk.
Dude, no, there's no way you're actually gonna...
You'll leave, and I get to give it to him.
Fine. I'm pretty sure I could beat
Wow.
you anyway, but with that head
Yeah.
of metal on your back, it'll be a snap.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Thanks for the tip.
Oh my god, he's a freaking idiot.
Top loser!
It's an idiot. It's just, you don't need to outclass him, just outsmart him. It's not hard.
That's mine!
Finders keepers. Remember?
See, because that's what you said to them when they first showed up.
It's called irony.
Just remember not to turn away from them, Cattail. Flash bees can get pretty aggressive. I guess
Oh, really?
that's why none of the other bayou animals can get to the
Aw. Seeing other type of gator creatures besides Gummy is actually pretty adorable.
wood. If I didn't have to fly up here to move their hive.
Or would it be pronounced like crocodile at this point? I haven't been in a bio for a while. But I'm actually surprised you didn't think about that before.
Get to the water without the bees feeling threatened.
You know, you didn't have to help with this. I would have lent you the mask anyway.
I know.
I needed to have some conflict in my retrieval.
I don't think any pony can find anything in there.
I wouldn't give up hope just yet.
Happy Darren Duke can make a cameo here.
This old blindfold was stuck in the drain.
Weren't you looking for a blindfold?
Oh. check it. How dangerous was that sludge?
I'm gonna mean Star Swirl the Bearded. You know, outside of my dreams. I can't believe you're
Alright.
going through with it. What do you mean?
Well, we're gonna release the Pony of Shadows. It's pretty obvious.
Obviously.
Hmm.
But this is pretty out there for you, Twilight.
What's out there about saving the most legendary ponies of all time from a
And-
thousands-year-old prison?
And possibly the thing they tried to get rid of.
When you say it like that. Unless the most legendary ponies of all time knew what they were doing, and we shouldn't mess with it.
There you go, Starlight again. Doing some logic here. But then again.
It has come a long way, mostly because of the work they did.
That's true.
Yeah, they are right.
You get your wings from finishing one of Star Swirl's spells. Exactly.
Yeah.
But then I messed with one and nearly destroyed the universe, so...
Universal scale, dude.
The best wizard who ever lived. The chance to have him back in Equestria is worth the risk.
That's good news.
They both have good points. I would say a little bit more leaning toward Twilight if she does it right.
Honestly, you two. Not everything is a competition.
I like how she changed the pot too.
By far the most attractive of the artifacts. You're just saying that because you didn't have to scuba dive in a pit of green slime to get yours. Move a flash beehive.
Even though I didn't actually do that. Well, yeah, she did move the hive, but the Flash Bees, the actual danger, was all up to that guy. Whatever. I like how they're just like, okay, let's just do this, and this is how we're gonna save them. Oh, Christ. Whoa. They all had to get saved, like, immediately. Well, except Star Swirl. Apparently his pillar was just like, eh.
Where?
You and the others have been trapped in limbo for over 1,000 years. But
Yeah.
I figured out how to get you home.
Because 2,000 is too long.
No. You must undo what you've done.
Well then.
Why? I mean, I don't think I can.
You cannot bring us back.
But I did. I brought all the pillars back.
You cannot bring only the pillars back.
Here he comes. Ah, here he is. I mean, this was obvious, but, you know, it's still like a good little dramatic hook. He's pretty cool looking. I'm just kind of like, you know, disappointed only in a sense that, alright, I'm only disappointed in the sense that Twilight didn't, you know, at least think that she brought them back to also bring the Pony of Shadow back, but I think that's supposed to go along the lines of what's going on with Twilight right now. In My Hero Academia, you have Deku, who just idolizes All Might in a godlike sense, so sometimes the godlike sense that Deku thinks of All Might kind of blinds him from like certain things he needs to think about. I think that they're really trying to get to when it comes to Twilight and Star Swirl. So we're gonna get on the second episode, and then I'll do like a full-on end review. But I like what they're doing with this episode and showing again Twilight's not a perfect character, even though she at this point has gone through so much stuff. 3, 2, 1 now.
That's the last entry. Star Swirl's final word.
But I will say, yeah, they are doing a good job here. Star Swirl, it is. I like the dynamic they're doing. These are the main 6 in the from the past. A past generation main 6, and this is the modern main 6, along with the 7th or an 8th if you want to count Sunset. And we're seeing how the past handled their problems, and seeing how the modern day handled their problems. From what I can gather, when it comes, if we're gonna count Rainbow Rocks as canon, Star Swirl just banished them to another area. Same thing with Tyrek by banishing him to Tartarus, and same thing with the Pony of Shadow, banishing him to Limbo, even if it meant costing their own freedom to Limbo. And that's just that's something. But when we get to the main 6, they either handle the problems through friendship or minor sealing until they can actually reform them like Discord. But Tyrek was like a lost cause. He had to be brought back.
Attempt to imprison me has failed, Star Swirl.
Hmm.
You must return us to Limbo. It's the only way to stop him.
But that would mean,
Figured out how to bring you back.
and that would mean, even if I did figure out how to bring it back to Limbo, there's a high possibility we would go to Limbo. Well, okay. That's pretty destructive. That's actually really cool.
Without the power of Ponehenge, your banishing spell is useless.
Useless.
Studied my writings. Surely you have some other plan.
Yes,
I didn't
maybe.
save you. I didn't think.
Don't fret. When I extinguish the light and hope of this miserable world, you won't remember any of this.
Got it. Oh,
This one is almost as strong as you, Starswell.
almost.
Even in my weakened state, she cannot stop the might of shadow.
Wow, she's already equal to the past generation, and this guy's an old dude.
For her, she's not alone.
So we're going with the whole we statement. You plus this equals better than a god of sorts.
Return you to Limbo.
Never! Your days of glory are through, Starswell. Now my dark power will reign, and you six will bow to me!
His motivations are kind of one-sided, but he is a pretty cool-looking dude.
That is a riddle we must unravel, and quickly.
How long have we been gone? Over 1,000 years.
Over 1,000 years. Because again, 2,000's too many.
Before it was meddled with, and the
Oh.
realm has been at peace
Oh.
for a millennia.
We did have to save everybody from Nightmare Moon and Discord and Chrysalis and King Sombra and Lord T-Rex, and there was that one time when Starlight traveled through time and almost destroyed life as we know it. But that's all in the past.
Yeah. And other things.
We will stop the
Smaller, but yeah, it still is.
twice as fast together.
We shall see. It is an easy thing to say you have saved the world. It is quite another to do it.
Dude, you do.
Save the world, Beardo.
Oh yeah,
And we
plenty
can
of times.
do it again.
Be that as it may,
Hey.
the problem of locating the Pony of Shadows remains, and this land is vast.
It sounds like you need a map.
A map.
Luckily, we have just the thing.
It's a nice little table too.
Something about this magic seems familiar.
I'm surprised you haven't commented on the fact that Twilight there is a princess. Hello, Tree of Harmony.
He can do that? He's Starswirl. He can do anything.
Except, you know,
This
not
mountain
seal his
and
problems
this
away.
very castle are grown from the seed we planted over 1,000 years ago.
Then it did work.
How,
Each of us
How does that thing grow?
crystal seed with our magic in hopes that it would grow into a force for good.
We wanted to leave something to protect the realm in our absence, but we never dreamed our gift would become so powerful.
Yeah, and thanks to Discord, it kind of got corrupted.
Came from you.
Both in the sense that if it wasn't for him existing, they would not have taken the, you know, the elements from the tree and also the seeds, but again.
Generosity, loyalty,
Okay.
kindness, and magic.
Not as awesome as
They
yours.
are reflections of our own elements.
Yeah.
Hope,
Hope, strength.
beauty.
I like beauty better. Bravery's pretty cool. Healing's great. Sorcery sounds better than magic.
We had
Hope
no idea
already
how
destroys
a
everything.
small seed would bloom into the living spirit.
All we need now is fighting spirit, and then I'm good.
Our mantles have passed to such capable ponies.
More importantly, we no longer need Ponehenge to send our foe back to Limbo. We can use the stored magic in this Tree of Harmony.
But doesn't a banishing spell take a lot of power? We'd have to sacrifice the elements for that.
That's cool. I mean, it's not like you've been using them at any point.
Starswirl.
Well, then again, there wouldn't be that
The
much
tree can
protection.
survive without the elements. If it dies, Equestria will suffer.
That's true.
If the Pony of Shadows has his way, your land will not exist. So, unless you have a better
Like, yeah, you have a point. Lesser of two evils here.
Our foe will seek dark places from which to draw power. I will prepare my spell so that we may strike as soon as you find him.
What are we waiting for?
I like your spirit.
I'm happy their counterparts are getting along with each other. And I say counterparts in a very niche sense. But yeah, she's really taking it to heart that her hero is, like, not really respecting her.
Gonna help right now, Spike.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that and just move on. See what? Oh, sea anemones.
Evil and
Awesome.
Equestria because I was obsessed with meeting my wouldn't I be okay?
Well, at least she acknowledges it.
You didn't know that was gonna happen. But I should have listened to you and left things alone.
Well,
Now the elements of harmony will be lost to fix my mistake.
Well,
Maybe
okay.
there's another way.
Again, you did a good thing. Star Sword being back is actually still a good thing.
Portal gate, portal keys, portal spells. Yes! If the pillars can hold open the gateway to Limbo, a powerful pony can do the banishing spell herself. Do you know
Why is it immediately herself? Well, I mean, come on, that's kind of sexist, don't you think?
Carrying books?
The pillars don't have to leave Equestria. Even though we'll lose the elements, we'll have the ponies that created them. And the Pony of Shadows will be banished for good.
Banished.
That's great.
Why not make friends?
But I was thinking of another way that maybe doesn't involve banishing.
Hey, look at Starlight trying to be progressive.
Well, knew what he was doing when he cast that spell.
Did he?
If I can make it even better, maybe he'll
You're just kind of saying that.
seriously as he does.
But that's just it. You're being Deku here. You're not All Might. Dang it. You're you.
Dark places Star Swirl indicated on the map have changed.
I bet the Pony of Shadows would have loved the ghastly caverns before 1,000 years of erosion turned it into the ghastly gorge.
Ah. Well, yeah, again, time happens.
Dark and desolate. Who knew they would become such a popular square dancing destination? And I get how this part of Equestria used to be cast in eternal night, where the Pony of Shadows could draw power and wreak havoc while ponies were powerless to stop him.
But now it's just a city. Yeah, Pony of Shadows probably lost most of, if not all of his places.
It seems there are fewer dark corners in the realm these days.
Thanks to life and whatnot.
True. The Pony of Shadows will have a hard time regaining power. When he rears his head, we'll be ready.
We'll be ready. You're getting a lot of lines in this, especially with Rainbow.
I wish there were, but to save our home, we are willing to leave it.
You know, like pseudo princess over there with her Mistmane.
My spell isn't finished yet, but I think we can send the Pony of Shadows to Limbo without all of you having to go as well.
While I appreciate your enthusiasm,
At least take a look at it, bro.
this is hardly the time to take risks on half-baked spells.
Dude. Alright.
Begging your pardon, Mr. the Bearded.
Thank you.
But Twilight
The
doesn't do
Bearded.
anything halfway.
Especially not magic.
Yeah.
She got her wings by finishing one of your spells.
Something that you didn't understand.
Before you dismiss it out of hope.
Thank you. Friendship and Fluttershy, best inclusion.
I believe it could work.
I suppose there is a chance.
Come on, Star Swirl. Get that spider out of your butt.
Find the villain.
Dale's X frickin' Machina god dang map. But wait, doesn't that also mean it's a friendship problem and not like a banishment problem? That's usually what it means, right?
I think a branch of the Apple family lives there.
They have to be pretty distant. The Hollow Shades was abandoned eons ago.
Oh, they must have left.
That's odd. The only time the maps called all of us to one place was Starlight's village.
And guess what happened?
It's like a supervillain tracker.
But
No offense.
more like a person who really is a friend problem. Tracker.
The Tree of Harmony acting to protect the light of the realm. Yes, a good thought, Twilight.
Here we go. He's now just stroking that wrong button, ego.
Ready yourselves for battle.
I know I'm not as experienced as all of you, but is
You'd be surprised how experienced you are.
the option? I mean, it's been a long time. Maybe the Pony of Shadows is ready to talk?
Check it out.
I doubt we can save our homeland with a conversation.
You'd be surprised which characters saved the world with a conversation.
The Pony of Shadows was not interested in reconciliation.
Oh, Lord.
Once a villain, always a villain.
Oh, right next to the person who was a villain and not a villain.
To refine this spell for our
Where's Discord? Where's Luna?
We must prepare for
Let him talk to one of his students. Oh, I want to see his reaction to that.
I know Star Swirl is a great wizard, but this whole plan seems wrong. The maps only ever sent us to solve friendship problems.
Yeah?
Maybe so. But the Pony of Shadows doesn't really seem like the friendship type.
He doesn't give off a T-Rex vibe.
Anything about it.
And that is true. We don't.
No pony does.
Maybe if we talked about it.
Entirely true.
Okay, go for it. Again, they're handling this dynamic really well. It's like Star Swirl is the perfect pony to do this.
What he is now. You must have been friends, so what happened?
The tale of our rift is a sad one.
Hello. 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 Hello, canon. Hello, canon movie. Oh, God. Really? Oh, that's cool. Oh, that is awesome.
Was a pony like the rest of us, though more scholar than hero.
Huh?
He recognized our emerging world would need.
Did we get to see it? Oh, cool. Whoa, they can shoot lasers and stuff. Good for distracting, and you know, okay, I got this. I got a portal. I threw them into another dimension. It's fine. That's cool. So Rainbow Rocks, movies in general, canon, cool. Oh, I'm so happy about that. I'm sorry, I should be paying attention to what they're saying, but it's pretty obvious what's going on.
To use in a spell.
And we cast him out for it.
What was the spell, though? What was the spell, though?
Always thought to return and seek forgiveness.
That
But when we saw him again, his heart was bent on revenge. He dashed even my hope of saving him.
So much for the Pony of Hope.
But why did he steal the artifacts from you?
No doubt it was an enchantment to take our powers for himself.
No doubt. You didn't ask. Guilty until proven innocent, I guess.
That looks like a lot of work.
It is what must be done, and it would be best if we were not disturbed.
I'm sorry, Starlight, but we can't stop the talk. The stakes are too high, and we have to banish Stygian to Limbo.
Because, you know, that's the problem.
Who? Stygian was the name the Pony of Shadows gave up when he turned to darkness.
And I'm just trying to figure out why.
Envy. He wanted
Envy?
more power than he had, and that desire led him down a path from which there is no return.
I can see why you would think that.
That's not always true. When the map called you six to my village, it was for a friendship problem.
Was it not?
Are you sure this is different?
The map isn't really for destruction or banishment.
Good in this world. There's no way to befriend a pony like that.
Dang.
Guess I'm lucky your idol wasn't around when you decided to be my friend. I might have been banished to Limbo too.
As heartening as what she just said, she has a point.
I'm glad we have the chance to see what has grown from our efforts so long ago.
It seems a shame to harm it.
A necessary sacrifice.
Dang, man, have some compassion.
And thanks to Twilight, we will remain to watch over the realm ourselves.
Man, respect your elders, I know, but man, he's really getting my goat, if you know what I mean. Nostalgic. Really nostalgic.
How do we use them?
They just kind of work.
Oh, I'm not sure. They simply work for us.
They just do it.
The elements are attuned to you. We must use their magic in pairs.
No problem. We're used to banishing evil before breakfast.
Y'all have just a connection. Okay.
I really hope Twilight knows what she's doing.
She kind of is on the fence about it. I know it's in her head that this isn't right the way to go, but again, it's Star Swirl. It's her idol. She can't just go against him easily. It's like going up to your god and saying, I think you're wrong. Think about that.
Prepare yourselves. He is here. Stygian, show yourself and face us.
Yet, you call him Stygian. Why? I thought you said he gave up that name. Come on, man. If you're gonna commit to being a douche, at least keep it that way. Jeez, that sounded like it hurt. Holy God.
I definitely would have remembered reading about this.
Welcome to the Well of Shade.
Shade.
When you turned your backs on me, I discovered this place. The darkness spoke to me of a power beyond any I could imagine, and I listened.
Of course.
Shadow and I became one. Soon, all of the realm will be the same. Then all ponies will feel the despair I did when you cast me out.
We did what we had to do. You tried to steal our powers.
What did I do?
No, it was you who was selfish.
Who didn't even try to listen?
You will pay.
friendship problem?
You sure?
Ready?
She's...
Open the portal.
No. Oh, Limbo. Ah, Taste the Rainbow is back, yes!
You will not trap me again. Twilight, push him in.
Oh, here's Stygian.
There's a pony in there.
Okay, Twilight, just fly right on in there.
Are you Stygian?
I was, once.
Hmm.
Until my friends betrayed me.
But Star Swirl says you betrayed them. You wanted their magic.
He said, she said
Their
BS.
respect. I brought them together. I planned strategy and I read all I could about the beasts we faced.
Hmm.
But I didn't have magic or strength.
Oh.
So no pony ever noticed me.
So you're kind of like a Deku that would have gone down the evil path.
Copies of the artifacts. With them, I thought I could be a pillar too, and stand by their side in battle. I never wanted to steal their power.
Whoa, it's almost like you just asked. Ooh.
My friends threw me out, so I became stronger than any of them. The darkness welcomed me when no pony would, and I will do what I must to protect it.
This is all a misunderstanding. If
Really?
the pillars knew how you felt, I'm sure they wouldn't have turned their backs on you. The shadow isn't who you really are. Let me help you be Stygian again.
Even if my friends did still care, what makes you think you have the power to help me?
Because the power of friendship is strong.
It does. I wasn't so different from you, and Twilight helped me change.
We're not so different, you and I.
There's one pony in Equestria that can save a friendship. It's her.
She may fumble a lot, but she can do it.
I want to believe you.
But the darkness will not be stopped.
Ooh. Light tether!
Fight the darkness, Stygian. You don't need it anymore. Revenge isn't what you want. Friendship is.
Friendship is... you know, forget it. Yeah, a little bit of help, please.
The shadow won't let go of him. He wants to stop, but he can't do it alone.
Then we must help him.
Wow, that darkness is pretty strong. Jesus Christ, that was a huge rainbow. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah! Oh, it felt so good to do that again.
Friendship power rush. Wow!
Okay.
Elements. They didn't disappear. Maybe because we used them for healing magic instead of banishing?
Using the elements of friendship, basically, for a friendship-related problem. Whoa.
We turned our backs on you. Pride clouded my judgment. I owe you an apology. Thank you for
Character flaws are a thing, man. We all get over them at some point.
It seems I never accounted for the magic of friendship.
The sorcery of friendship? That doesn't sound as cool.
Star Swirl.
Congratulations, you made friends again.
So, apparently a conversation can save Equestria?
Starlight, again, proving that she's great.
Tells me I will be making a lot of apologies today.
Yeah.
I simply cannot believe how tall you've gotten.
Well, it has been over 1,000 years.
I mean, if...
Will you stay here and teach magic once again? My sister and I have such fond memories of your lessons.
Yes.
As long as you don't ask for those essays we owed you before you disappeared.
Actually, no, and in fact, I want interest. 17 billion pages, and I better have them by tomorrow.
The realm has grown, and I believe I'll have a look around before I settle in any one place.
And I long to see what has become of my home.
Oh.
I believe we all do.
Then I hope you will return to Canterlot on occasion and share the wisdom of your great experience with the next generation of ponies.
Yeah, like Dragon Ball. Like Dragon Ball Z. That's coming back after, you know, generations. Yeah.
She showed me that the power of friendship is a magical force indeed.
It's gonna be super.
And that in turning away from others, you hurt yourself as well.
Friendship, yay! We'll never not learn this lesson.
I thought meeting my idol would give me all the answers I ever wanted, but instead, I forgot what I already knew. Good thing
That
I had a
happens.
student of my own to remind me.
The student has outclassed the teacher. Well, then, that was a very, very entertaining season finale. I gotta say that much. It's like, all right, the dynamic they wanted to go on. I know it's probably gonna bother some people that Twilight was completely kind of like, really like not even going the friendship route, even though she's the princess of friendship. She's had many of times that friendship is the right course, and you know, doing certain things in certain other ways is not, you know, the thing you're supposed to do. But this is Twilight we're talking about here. Twilight has shown in multiple occasions that if one factor that abides to her crux as her character, it's gonna take over. Main example, even though this was back in season 2, and lesson 0, it showed that Twilight is a very complicated character. She viewed Celestia as this godlike figure and is still doing so. And I know saying that is kind of like moot because she is technically the godlike figure of their verse, but put her in the same shoes as Starlight, who kind of treated them just as regular ponies, to the point where she just casually switched their cutie marks. You just took you just ripped off the pants of your rulers and just placed them on each other with none of their consent. That is really going out there. But Starlight did it because she's confident in herself and her abilities and what she's doing. Twilight, in on herself, was still very nervous, checking in on her every other second that she possibly could for Starlight, because she's nervous about that. She's really nervous about that because she views them such a high pedestal. Then when you bring in Star Swirl, who is at the same level, if not slightly above or maybe slightly below her threshold of how she views him as a huge figure in her life, she's gonna go back into that character that will look toward that instead of what she already knew. And they already said at the end of this episode, she forgot everything that she has learned because she was blinded by the greatness that was Star Swirl. Even though in many cases Star Swirl didn't really act as the noble kind of like wise elder figure than I didn't actually expect him to be. It actually put him more down to earth, that he would be very skeptical about many things coming out. I mean, he did the best he could to save everyone from the Pony of Shadow, and then suddenly he gets brought back along with the other pillars from this pony who apparently was not thinking about the dangers of bringing him and the Pony of Shadows back. So yeah, I get it. I'm not blaming him for dissing Twilight in some regards. I mean, if you were in his shoes, you'd probably be kind of skeptical on her matter. Good intentions or not, you kind of doomed the world. So, think about it that way. Now, I like how they want to bring up the fact that Star Swirl's main solution to problems is to put them somewhere else. Now, in certain cases, I'm still on the side of banishment to another realm or another place or another dimension with the same amount of life or life in of itself, whether he knew where he was bringing them or not, is kind of like a douchey thing to do. Like, they got thrown into the Equestria Girls universe and they still wreaked havoc in certain regards, though weaker than their pony counterparts, than their actual, siren counterparts. They still caused trouble and made life horrible for certain people, as evident to the very beginning of the movie itself. So, banishment has never been my favorite solution to problems. If anything, I prefer taking out the bad guy in all way, shape, or form, and using words and conversation to actually, come to a compromise of friendship is actually a better solution than banishment. Same idea goes with Trixie. Trixie came, she needed friends, they let her escape, she came back way worse, and then she left. She could have come back way worse if it wasn't for Starlight coming in and being her friend. Now look at that, she's actually a really good character and is being a good character herself. The more you let a person who's clearly alone run away with bad intentions, the worse it's going to get. And they they really did push that fact with Stygian over there. Stygian wanted to just be a part of their group, even though, yeah, you can say that his intentions were a little bit on the side. He could have asked for consent instead of just taking all the relics to allow that misunderstanding to happen. That definitely. So again, it's always a 50-50% of people's at fault. Stygian wasn't fully in the right, and also the ponies that they declared as his friend was in the wrong as well. So Stygian left. Instead of them chasing after him because they were his friend, he was left there alone to only talk to the one thing that would listen, and that happened to be darkness. Why can't it just be something happy for once? It's like, I was alone, but then this happy thing came, and now I'm just a good person. Whatever. But yeah, I'm happy they brought in that dynamic, and also bringing Starlight into the picture, really questioning Twilight's like mindset with Star Swirl, because if Star Swirl was in the shoes of Twilight and found out what Starlight was doing, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't seal her from the whole cult fiasco, but definitely seal her due to the messing with the time stream. So yeah, I can see that. And she's right. If Star Swirl's track record is anything to go by, that's what he resorts to. And they said in the episode where Twilight got her wings in general that he didn't understand friendship, and this goes along with that. Friendship is a relatively complicated mess, kind of like love is in some ways. Friendship takes a lot to do. So for him to not understand it would show that that Stygian would become the Pony of Shadow because of how much he doesn't understand. And it is fun to know that the previous generation had their own main 6 characters, and they all represented a certain type of like thing, and that transferred to the future. Now, okay, now that it's in my head, I want to bring this up. The whole 1,000 years thing. How many freaking characters have been around for 1,000 years? It's like, how long? Like, okay, because the Tree of Harmony existed. It was a full-blown tree with the elements already like made inside of it already when Discord came out. And when Discord came out, he was sealed for 1,000 years. They said in this episode that they were sealed for over 1,000 years. So did that tree grow like in between like 500 years or like a regular tree or something? Like, I don't know. So I'm kind of confused about the timeline here, because it's definitely Pony of Shadows came before Discord. Discord came after pretty much a lot of things, and apparently also the Dazzlings as well. But we don't know when Tyrek came up, because okay, Tyrek definitely came before the Pony of Shadows. So because when the Pony of Shadows came, that's what it is. So what's the timeline here? What is the timeline? I actually would have liked like another flashback showing Star Swirl throw Tyrek into Tartarus. That would have been awesome. Like have like a little diorama of all the things that he has done and or sealed away or has created and was this thing. And you just see like a diorama of like Tyrek like trying to claw his way out but being sent into Tartarus. Sort of like Tenacious D, Devil going back into hell after the final battle route, but it's like a diorama, like picture type style, and just go through all the other stuff. That would have been awesome to also see. But just also have like a timeline. This came before that. This came before that. Because I believe, if I want to say that, I think the Dazzlings came before Tyrek, and Tyrek came after the Dazzlings. But again, I'm not sure. Oh man, it's so weird. It's so weird. So like the timeline ways aside, these characters from 1,000 years ago being now in the modern day world does remind me a lot of what happened with Captain America in the end of his movie, and having also in season 8 definitely gonna have more development with all these characters, possibly mostly with probably their actual counterparts, and they're not reincarnations obviously because they're not like descendants from them, but you can say that they're like the descendants in the way of how they protect the world now. So having episodes dedicated to those characters would be good, and also people shipping Mr. Magnus and Rainbow is already around the corner. I can just tell, and yeah, just basically everything around that. I want to see Miss Main go back to her hometown and see. Hopefully, I think that is the ancestor of the princess. Hopefully. And just like, okay, we'll see what happens. Descendant of sister, and we'll see what happens. Season 8 seems is gonna have a lot of like an interesting thing to go on, and I'm happy again. Like one of the reasons why I like season 4 so much because it had a good dynamic, that we had like slice of life episodes that had lessons into it, but then we have the episodes that really pertain to the overall plot of what's gonna go on at the end of the season. And it wasn't as prominent like how the episodes were in season 4, but it did do the same thing here. If it wasn't for those episodes where they went back to the camp and we got the stories of the legends from the 3 characters, then basically the sort of pseudo legend that we got from Fluttershy and the other legend that we got from Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie when they were working with Daring Do, we would not have as much of a connection with the legendary characters that we got with Star Swirl at the end of this if it wasn't for those episodes. So they did kind of work that in there a pretty nice way. Nice little bit of a story arc, but not as prominent as you got from season 4. You can definitely say that because it dedicated a more long stream of episodes that like a bunch of information into one certain moment that you just wanted to want more from. In fact, and for me, I wanted more from those little flashback episodes. So happy to know we're going to get to know them more when season 8 comes around. So another thing would probably be a good thing to talk about is Twilight's development in this, along with Starlight's development. Starlight has only been around for a few seasons, and she has already proven to be basically almost as capable as any character has been, period. Many people make jokes about this, like a lot. There's videos, memes, and other assortments of things about Starlight just being this god character and just being able to do anything because she's just that good. Having her just walk up to the page and be like, I can read this, kind of dictates that, don't you think? Just like, oh, well, you know, it's pretty bad handwriting, yeah, but I have way worse handwriting. So, since I can read my way worse handwriting, I can read this. That's hilarious. So, yeah, that. And also having her be always constantly sort of in the right, but also, you know, let's say she's in the right 75% and in the wrong 25%. Because bringing back Star Swirl and the rest of the pillars was an actual good thing. You could say that Starlight was a little blinded by her fangirlism of Star Swirl, but bringing back one of the most powerful ponies in existence is a good thing to do. Granted, there is the possibility that the thing that they sealed was way greater than that person, thus allowing it to be so that you're kind of dooming the planet in the sense. But it's still a good intention. She had a nice way of going about it. I just wish there was a scene where she thought of, okay, is there a way to bring them back but not the Pony of Shadow? Because clearly they're both in the same space. So that's the only problem I have with that dynamic. But as for her intentions of bringing back Star Swirl, though blind a little bit, she did have a point about bringing back some of the most powerful people of their past generation. That makes sense. Starlight thought about it in a rational sense, just like, clearly they did this for a reason, and if we hinder that, we're basically taking away that purpose. However, I forgot his name, Sunburst said, magic has progressed a long time since then. And he was right. It actually kind of showed. Not in the magic sense, but more in the way that time has changed the landscape. In the past, if you let the Pony of Shadow get away, he has multiple different places that he could go and regain his power and lay waste to places. However, here in this time, things have changed to the point where he only has one area that he can be at to gain at least some of his power back. And that right there already proved what Sunburst was trying to get at. Things have progressed to the point where a thing like this is a lot less powerful than in the past. And I like that. It really showed in a pseudo way that they're all right, but also still some way wrong with their overall thinking. So this is what I like about the show. It makes you think like that, and it makes you appreciate everything they're thinking about. And I'm happy about that. I'm happy I can see these because it's smart. It is smart. So with all of them thinking that way, the only person who kind of just bothered me, if in the scale of mostly of the most scale, was probably Star Swirl and his constant badgering on Twilight, even though justified with what I said in the beginning, and just bringing home the fact that, of course, the main problem here is he wasn't a listener. His pride, the envy that he thought that his once good friend, or at least what he considered a good acquaintance that helped them out as an enemy, kind of just bothered me. But that's just it. He's a pony that didn't understand friendship to the point that Twilight does. And Twilight was blinded on the fact that how much she knows about friendship because Star Swirl's here. And that sort of deal. So yeah, everything about this was great. I like this season finale. Again, it's gonna be hard to top season 4 finale for me. It's up there, probably in the top 3 of my favorite season finales. I gotta say that. It's just probably in the top 3 because I did like all the different dynamics they did, and it's pretty smart in its way of showing that how everyone's right and wrong at the same time, and it all counterbalances itself to the end of the day. Friendship is freaking magic. Thank you. So yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible. I know I wasn't the only one. This is probably the last time I'm going to point out. I wasn't the only one who just got on Star Swirl's case when he said the line, "Once a villain, always a villain." Then your mind immediately goes back to Princess Luna, Discord, Starlight, Sunset, Shimmer, a bunch of other villains that in the past generations that just turned out to be good if you just talk to them. So yeah, that just solidified the fact that how one-tracked Star Swirl's mind was when it comes to Stygian, and I'm happy they brought that up because we've already had tons of other examples that villains can be changed through conversation, shockingly. So yeah, there you go. I do want to know though, like, okay, clearly Star Swirl was in limbo when Luna became Nightmare Moon. Obviously, that's like a thing because Nightmare Moon didn't exist until like the elements were like a thing they could get, because Luna was there to take on Discord with the elements. Since the elements exist, they were in limbo, and since they were in limbo, all the events that happened beforehand, he doesn't know about. So I would like to know. I would like to at least get like a scene, even if it's a throwaway scene, like a gag of Star Swirl learning about Luna becoming Nightmare Moon and doing what she did, because I would like to know. And that's just an interesting concept because I don't know. I want to look it up. Hold on. When the moon rises. I need to see this because I think it's in this one. I think it's in this video. Sorry I didn't react to this, by the way. But I think it's in this video that showed something that just made it interesting for me. I think I'm just gonna cut it out if it takes too long. Yeah, it is in this. It is in this. In this, you kind of see Luna singing her song in ballad, but also Star Swirl is there. And at the end of the video, she becomes Nightmare Moon. So this, in canon, Star Swirl was not around for Luna's transformation. Which is sad, because it's like a fanfiction breaker. I kind of hate the episodes that are fanfiction breaking. Since it's impossible for Star Swirl to be there for Luna's transformation because he was in limbo, you can only just speculate how he's going to react to Luna telling him about it, Celestia telling him about it, or him finding out in some way, shape, or form. But that's it. That's all I want to say about that. So tell me what you want to think about that, and how the timeline is slowly being sort of connected here. Because throughout this entire time, I actually thought Star Swirl was around at the time that Luna became a thing. And apparently the Elements of Harmony, now they got their backstory down, too. The seed was planted by the previous, the Legendary Six, I like to call them now, because that I just made up. The Legendary Six, and that's how they exist. And if it wasn't for them, the tree wouldn't even exist. And kind of thought the tree was always there, you know? So, okay. Like how this season finale really brought up to questions and had a lot of answers to it as well. And I'd like to know what you guys think about this as well. In the end, this episode, this season finale gets a good 9.5 out of 10. Only because I couldn't see Derpy. Yeah, I went there. So, yeah, I'm joking, of course, but it's 9.5 out of 10 only because, you know, there are certain problems with it that are easily ironed out with, like, a good amount of thinking. And that's it. That's it. I guess it's also accustomed to... I'm kind of getting tired of Twilight forgetting that she's a princess of friendship, and friendship is the best way. I'm kind of getting on my nerves on that, but I can understand it. As long as I can understand it, it's not that big of a problem. It's just my personal dealio of friendship. Friendship. It's friendship. All right. So, all right. This is GOV Universe. I'll see you next time. Bye.